altcoin markets falling, Bitcoin dominance making a little bounce to the upside, and Bitcoin on the short term testing a lower trend line with a target into the 80s. What is going on right now in crypto? Hit the subscribe and like on the way in. I'm just going to break it down very simply for all of you. I want to start here real quick. Just another headline. President Donald Trump's son, Eric Trump, says, I'm confident that Bitcoin is going to hit $1 million. As we are about to zoom in on the charts and look at the volatility, I want to even take a glance at Ethereum for context to what's going on with altcoins. As we start zooming in on price, please zoom out on what is actually happening. It's still December. It's only December 10th. It's not even January yet. We don't even have our first pro-Bitcoin president in place yet in the White House. We still have yet to see what happens with the Bitcoin Act, US buying 200,000 Bitcoin a year, potentially, not to mention all of the other Bitcoin supply shock things that are happening. And really, put all of that aside, not to mention where we are in the cycles, even from a Bitcoin dominance zoomed out charting perspective, meaning right now, we are at the altcoin season trigger area historically. So let's discuss. Let's start with Bitcoin dominance. I saw this post. It's nice, just a really nice visualization. With Bitcoin dominance and confirmed downtrend, the stage is set for an explosive alt season. And remember, even when something is in a downtrend, we're going to get pullbacks to the upside before going lower. So what we see happening on the Bitcoin dominance chart, and I'm going to do some analysis on it, is normal. The next weeks and months could be game-changing for alts. So there it is, kind of like a rising wedge. And I want to look at the rising wedge. I just kind of put one briefly on that chart. But before we even dig into the analysis of this Bitcoin dominance chart, this is everything in terms of altcoins. I want to take a quick look at a clip from just around a month ago. Check it out. Last cycle, it was around 237 days post Bitcoin halving where Bitcoin dominance right at this Fibonacci started falling. So that gives us 237 days last cycle compared to this cycle so far, 201 days. That gives us around a month. So that 30 days or so plays into what's happening right now. And I think we can start using as bullish or bearish confirmations for altcoins. We have the 50-day down here. We have a very standard. So this was a video I did altcoin season within 30 days. This was like November 9th. This was just over a month ago. And here we are. I think altcoin season to most has been confirmed. And I get some people don't like that I replay my videos. They think I'm just trying to show that I was right. But I'm really just trying to track what we've already been tracking and provide very quick, brief context to the technical analysis aspect to get an update of where we are right now. Because this is how I learn. And I just think this is how a lot of other people learn. These things, and I like to remind myself, these things play out. That's why I show the clips. I like seeing that these things play out. So there's where I did the video, November 9th. We had a bounce off of the 50-day moving average. We had kind of a higher high, and I believe there was bearish divergence all during that area. You can see on the RSI, bearish divergence kind of signaling Bitcoin's topping out. And here we are. We've updated this chart, altcoin season, right around November 21st when Bitcoin dominance really started falling off of that red rectangle. That's the Fibonacci retracement. So first, let's just zoom out and just be like, are you kidding me? Here's the Fibonacci retracement last cycle. Bitcoin dominance pulling into it, falling into altcoin season. And here it is this cycle. Is this really playing out this way? Almost identical to last cycle, and even really time frame wise, the cycle before when Bitcoin dominance started falling. That's number one. But what I want to talk about, and then we'll pivot into the total crypto market cap charts, this pullback that's happening right now. We have a 50-day all the way up here, the 20-day we're right around where Bitcoin dominance is right now, and the 200. Bitcoin dominance falling through these areas and pulling back into the areas, and even the lower trend line of this rising wedge, just a normal move for any chart. We almost want to see it. And you can even go to last cycle when Bitcoin dominance was falling. I think we talked about this recently. Bitcoin dominance fell through the moving averages and just pulled into them, right? Even if we had a nice pullback there, back down, and just sideways, just allowing all these moving averages to kind of just converge together, pulling into those moving averages. We like to see that on the charts. So right now, with what's happening with the Bitcoin dominance chart, I think is incredibly bullish for altcoin season and a continuation of altcoin season. And as a reminder, I think we're at the very beginning stages of altcoin season. with that being said, let's go look at, well, what's total crypto market cap doing? We have a daily red candle, and I really want to discuss this, and then I'm going to look at the Bitcoin price action. Bitcoin dominance falling is one indicator, right, for altcoin season. But now, if altcoin season has been triggered, what's up with this, right? Why are we getting, and this is total crypto market cap excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, this is altcoins. Why are we getting red candles? And I even just saw a post, and this isn't, I'm not calling this person out at all. I really genuinely just want to answer this and speak to this because I think a lot of people are wondering this. You know, they just said Ethereum, what's going on? They tagged me. What's going on with Ethereum? Why all of a sudden 15% drop, 4,100 to 3,500 in just 2 days? And I want to just speak to that because I think there's a lot of people maybe newer to the space. Maybe it's the first bull cycle. This 15% drop, that's actually nothing. So drops are normal. I'm going to glance at the Ethereum chart after I look at the total crypto market cap chart, but this is what bull markets are made of, everybody. And this is why I've been posting before even really we got that dip yesterday. I've been saying I want to see a dip. And you can see the total crypto market cap has fallen below $1 trillion market cap. This is excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. And there's room even for more downside. I want to just go take a glance at last cycle. And we have our purple line to kind of just distinguish and show where altcoin season is. If I scroll all the way back to last cycle, there's the purple line. There's altcoin season, meaning Bitcoin dominance falling. Look at all the red candles on this daily chart all the way through the bull market. This is what bull markets are made of. And just after the bull market started for altcoins, look at this. So we can go back to last cycle and even answer this question from Jay. Why all of a sudden? What's going on? And the answer is just very clear throughout all of the cycles. This is normal. This is needed. So that's demonstrated very clearly on this chart. It's not going to be just green daily candle after green daily candle. There will be big dips in the middle of this story to all-time highs. So that's that. Now, in reference to Ethereum, I want to point this out because I have been watching for altcoins in general, this symmetrical triangle that Ethereum has been kind of testing a breakout. It got rejected so far. That's all. We have an upper trend line, and I think this is great for altcoin season, right? And if we're looking at what is happening on this weekly chart, we're at the apex of this breakout area for Ethereum. It's not even, if you look at the weekly oscillators, it's not even overbought, hasn't even been overbought on the RSI, the slower moving momentum oscillator. This signals for me, this is just one piece of data using an Ethereum chart that we are at the very beginning of altcoin season. Ethereum hasn't even broken out yet. You think the top of the bull market is in, and Ethereum has pretty much not even broken a previous March 2024 high, let alone hasn't broken all-time high? You think the bull market is over? I don't think so. This is a signal that we are just beginning. So allow for the technicals, right? Upper trend line resistance at the apex. Maybe Ethereum comes down to the 50-week, the 20-week. Maybe it's just going to make us be patient before a breakout for altcoins. That's that. That's altcoin markets. That's altcoin season. That's the bull market in general. But let's look at Bitcoin. We've already talked about in yesterday's video, I believe, just this massive inverse head and shoulders, right? The breakout out of the upper trend line, the neckline. There's room for consolidation at the very least above the neckline, if not a throwback, right, to the neckline. But what I wanted to do, just kind of to bring some short-term price roadmap for everybody and for the markets, is look at what is going on with Bitcoin right now. So Bitcoin has really chopped around this symmetrical triangle we were tracking. And if this ends up being a busted pattern, we have the target to the mid-80s, right? Just below that is the 50-day moving average, right around 85,000. This is just a normal bull market move. Bitcoin, explosive move to the upside, pulling into the 50 and the 20-day. I talk about that all the time. That is my bull market. And I remember I think last cycle in the bull market, I talk about it as a dolphin diving in and out of the water on the way up. That's what I visualize this as. This is something I talk about a lot. It's normal. That mid-80s target is in play. On the short term, though, I kind of spotted this as well. Just a little bit of a different way to visualize the charts. This is a 6-hour chart, lower trend line of this channel, or rising channel, being tested right now, even as I'm doing the video, the lower trend line. How will the 6-hour candle close? How will a daily candle close at this trend line? Right now, we're below it. Target to the downside, also in the mid-80s. Mid-80s, long story short, for Bitcoin, are in play. I don't see, zoomed out on the Bitcoin daily once again, I just don't see Bitcoin going much further below that area unless we have some type of high fear event. But this is normal consolidation for Bitcoin. And along that journey, let's watch. Altcoins might react a little bit more volatile. We might get a little bit of a power move for Bitcoin, maybe even back into the rising channel, right? Testing the lower end of that long-term Fibonacci before continuation of altcoin season. So all of these moves across the board we can see historically are very normal, and we just have to be patient with these dips. All in all, everybody, I think what I'm doing is I'm just zooming out on really all of the charts. I'm zooming out on the cycles of crypto, on the cycles of Bitcoin. I'm looking at the fundamentals and what is fundamentally different this cycle in regards to the Bitcoin supply shock and where we are in these cycles. We are just at the beginning, I think, of a very exciting move. So this requires patience, pacing ourselves, at least for me, and that's what I'm going to be doing. So let me know your thoughts about this, everybody, where you think we are in the cycle. If you're getting concerned out there, I'm obviously not. I'm incredibly bullish right now, and I actually am even more bullish that we're finally getting a dip on this altcoin market chart. Hit the subscribe, hit the like, please turn notifications on. And I really just genuinely appreciate each and every one of you for watching. It's crazy. We had 16,000 people on the live stream yesterday as crypto's falling. And that just, for my crypto journey, it makes it more bearable to go through those dips. So thank you all for just hanging out and being here. I'll see you all in the next video. God bless.